This weekend we gathered 32 of our youth council members from across the country. Those are youth council members based in Dunedin, Christchurch, Wellington and Auckland. We brought them together for the first time to meet one another, to connect across youth councils, as well as to connect with our connections in business, government and NGOs. We also brought them to Festival for the Future, where they got to meet so many different speakers and innovators, scientists, artists, as well as other future leaders. And the purpose of bringing them all together is networking, first of all, as well as inspiring them on their next path that they're taking on their career journeys. Congratulations, by the way, on being selected to attend the conference.
So I got involved in the council through my dean at university. I was nominated by some of the staff members to put my name forward. There was a short application process which involved me writing a little bit about myself and my leadership experience, my involvement in the community, and what I really wanted to get out of the council. And from there I heard back and got in.
At the Connecting Young Leaders conference, we had an opportunity to do speed networking with some industry professionals, and I found that really valuable because we were able to gain insight into these people that might have been a CEO or a director or a manager, and things in their career that they might have done well, or things that they could recommend for us who are young people wanting to go out into the big business world. And we could really learn from things that they have succeeded in, and also mistakes that they may have made or things that didn't go so well. So that's been really valuable.
So my experience with the Youth Council has been amazing. Some of the opportunities that I've had through the council, some of the events that I've been to, meeting Gloria Steinem was a personal highlight for me. Also meeting some awesome representatives from the UN, from the embassy itself, has been really eye-opening, and I feel I've had the opportunity to be exposed to some things I otherwise wouldn't have been, and learnt a lot about social issues and topics that otherwise I may not have had that experience. So overall been really positive and absolutely loved it.
I became involved with the US Embassy Youth Council via an email from my dean, which was via another dean, and they wanted a student who was interested in climate change, and I fit the bill, and here I am.
I was nominated by a politics lecturer that I had a couple of times last year. He sent me an email asking if I'd be interested in joining, and I said absolutely, that sounds fantastic. And he sent me some forms, I filled them out, and about a week later I found out I was in.
Well, the big thing for me was the US is a global player, and to become a student of the world, to understand what's going on, you need to be supported by those who are making the big decisions. The US government, which my uncle works for as an army officer, is something that I was really fascinated by, particularly in terms of the Pacific. My family in the Pacific are influenced by the decisions that are made in Washington, and that's so far away, and why that happens and how that happens is so useful for us to understand here in Aotearoa.
I'm a software engineering student at Victoria, and I was a little bit hesitant about being part of the process because I guess there was this perception that it was mainly for law or politics students. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by the experience. I actually have really enjoyed all of the political events I've been to. It's given a different perspective to maybe some of the other people in the Youth Council about what it's like to be from a different discipline. And there actually have been some really technically able guests that have come. My personal highlight was Eric Hayden from Google, who he previously worked for Google and he now works for the US government. And it was just amazing to see that there are these people who are technical, who are engineers, who are scientists, but they are also really active in the political arena as well.
The Youth Council has been a really interesting experience, and I think the main reason why is that you get to meet people who aren't blocked into the faculty that you interact with when you're at university. You get to see people from all over the place, and when you couple that in with getting to meet all these incredible speakers and amazing people, it helps to inspire you. You get to talk to so many people. You can come up with new ideas, and it's really good. And I've thoroughly enjoyed my time, and I hope I can stick around and be part of it for a bit longer.
So far, the experience with the US Embassy has been nothing short of brilliant. I've had a lot of really amazing opportunities to get involved in things that I wouldn't normally even think about. I've met some really interesting people, I've learned some really fascinating things, and it's really opened my eyes and broadened my horizons in lots and lots of different ways.
My experience with the Embassy Youth Council has been thoroughly amazing. I feel really honoured to be part of this community of young people, and actually having the coordinators, Amy and Mara, who I've just met, really support us and really believe in us and see potential in us. I've appreciated the opportunities to meet academics and professionals in the area, especially ones that aren't in my field of study. I think it's been so important to go to events that aren't in your field of study, because you see other people's passion for things, and it inspires you to chase your own passions, even if it doesn't align with that person's. But yeah, it encourages you to step forward. So it's been a great opportunity.
I think my experience has allowed me to have sort of a quick sort of sneak peek into the sort of career paths that I'd like to get involved in the future. So I've been given the opportunity to sort of see how, for example, high-level decision making is made, or how policy decisions are approached, or how major issues in international relations are tackled by people who are working on them at the moment. So getting that insight at my age and being a university student is very valuable indeed.
It has been really good, very eye-opening, and it's been a good opportunity to meet all the higher-up people just personally and talk to them more about their jobs, and just open more pathways and to connect with other young people that have the same passion as you that you wouldn't have otherwise met within the uni.
Through my involvement with the US Embassy, I'm starting to work on a program to help get more girls involved in tech, and also to support the girls that are currently involved on campus in tech to retain them, because there are real issues around that. And through lots of events like Festival for the Future, I've been put in contact with all these amazing people who either have contacts that potentially could mentor at workshops that we might be able to hold, and also have been able to give advice about how you run these kind of programs, how you fund them, and how you actually sustain them for the future.
One of the most fantastic things about this opportunity is you get to meet the people who you might want to be. These are leaders in many different forms, people out the front, people behind the scenes, people who get to create open government, people who get to shape and decide the future. And ultimately, as young people, we might not get opportunities like this, particularly ones where people invest so much in us. This is the chance for you to find out more about yourself through seeing what other people do and how they use their lives to change other lives.